Hey everybody, this is meteorologist Brad Peters for SkiSoutheast.com. I'm just kind of giddy tonight because I've been watching the webcams, and it's just amazing to see the resorts packed full of skiers. I love this pattern, and it's amazing to see how cold this pattern is and how cold it's going to be. I'd love to say there's a big snowstorm coming, but I honestly can't say that. I can just tell you the snowmaking is going to be epic, and this is the kind of pattern that could lock us in for the rest of the season. Honestly, the resorts make enough snow, they're going to be able to build up like unbelievable bases for this early in the season with the snowmaking. It's just a matter of how much snow they want to make because it is cold out there tonight. We've got snowmaking abound going on across the southeast. Arctic high builds in overnight. We'll get a little bit of a mild up. I won't call it warm because it's going to stay below freezing for all of the resorts in the southeast. But this is the Arctic front coming through on really more like New Year's Eve day. I think Sunday into Monday. This big Arctic high is going to come sprawling down into the southeast, and boy, is this air going to be cold. I hope you are ready for this because it's already below freezing tonight. Look at these below freezing temperatures that are locked in place through the upcoming weekend. And yep, that's starting Sunday. If you're skiing up at Wisp or Winter Place or even Snowshoe, man, those are below zero readings on Sunday morning. That is going to be cold, and it stays cold. I mean, this pattern is ridiculously cold. Now, natural snow, we've got a quick-moving clipper system that could bring some snow to areas across West Virginia on Saturday. And because it's so dang powdery, I do think we're going to see this fluff up to maybe 4 to 6 inches of snow. We saw pretty good snow this weekend up there at Snowshoe, kind of surprised, 5-incher. I definitely think this is going to fluff up to some decent amounts. And even down here, though you're not seeing a lot of people talk about it, the flow briefly is out of the northwest. It's Pacific moisture, so it's not a great moisture source, but it should be enough to produce at least some snow down there. To me, this is all about the cold air. This pattern is just sick. I mean, just wave after wave of cold air coming south. This essentially is a piece of the polar vortex come down over, Hudson Bay. There it is, over eastern Canada. I mean, this is next weekend. Next weekend, we've still got this cold air in place. So if you had a ski trip planned anywhere in the southeast for early January, late December, boy, did you pick a great time. And even going into next Sunday, the pattern flattens out a little bit, but it looks like another surge is going to come down. Persistent troughiness here in the eastern half of the country is pretty much locked in place. So when I look at the European model, I'll show you what's going on with the storm systems. The reason we're not getting a big storm system is the southern branch of the jet stream is suppressed down to the south. This is almost one of those weird cases for the southeast where it's almost too cold to snow. Though lucky for our friends in West Virginia, Virginia, and Maryland, you're going to get some Pacific moisture that's coming through the ridge, and that's going to help you out with that little burst of snow Saturday into Sunday, and then a little bit of lake effect coming in. But here's that system going into the middle of next week. The southern branch of the jet stream tries to get active here. We're going to try to see if we can kick up a storm on the coast. I think this is a possibility by maybe midweek next week. There are some signals here, but I'm afraid it's going to be too suppressed, which means it's going to be too far offshore to really tap into some of the areas of the southeast. But that's a system to watch right there late next week, moving up the coast. But either way, it's just going to be cold. That's another Arctic high sliding in. So when you look at the pattern here, the forecast for the southeast really is a great setup. Wall-to-wall snowmaking, Friday to Wednesday. I could really take this out another 5 days, and that's how good the snowmaking is going to be. I almost put a snowflake on Saturday for North Carolina, Tennessee. I do think there'll be a little bit of snow. I don't want to get you too excited, but don't be shocked if you see some snow. This will be a nice storm up there at Snowshoe and up to Wisp. And then Wednesday, this is a kind of a maybe storm, but I had to put some flakes in there because it's a strong enough signal, at least on the East Coast, that we could see a pretty good storm develop. So a really cold pattern. That's the story. Snowmaking is going to be great. This is going to be nice powdery snow. Even the man-made stuff is it's packed powder. The groomers are going to be great. It really is. The groomers are going to have a good time getting this nice pattern down. So if you like skiing groomers, this is going to be great for skiing in the southeast. Shouldn't be too icy because we're not going to have that freeze-thaw cycle go crazy here this week. So really some of the best skiing we've seen in the last couple of winters. And we can lay some thick base down. This is going to keep us going right through the end of January. Even with a January thaw, I know one's coming. It always does. At some point in January, we're going to get a thaw, just like we did right before Christmas. We'll get one of those. But hopefully that's 2-3 weeks down the road, and by then we've got such a big base build up, we can get through that. So if you have trips planned, especially looking at Martin Luther King weekend, I think this is the kind of thing that'll get us through that weekend, no problem. So plan your trip, book it now. I think we're going to be in good shape regardless because of this pattern, which is locked in place for the next 10 days. Have a great weekend. I'm jealous of all the skiing going on. The webcams look ridiculous right now. I have to get up to the mountains to get some skiing in before I go to Breckenridge coming up in early January. Hope you have a great weekend. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm looking forward to 2018. And as always, we're not getting it this time. We got the cold. We need to start thinking snow. We thought some of you guys must have been praying and thinking about cold because we got plenty of that. Start thinking about snow. We need it.